My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded! With Mod the Spire, Base Mod, SCS, Lib, Hubris, Replay the Spire, Conspire, Always Whale, Infinite Spire, Fetch Mod, Black Mod, Cultist, the Beaked, the Cultist in particular, the Construct, Mimic Mod, Relic, Sorter, RNG, Shop Mod, and the Mystic, currently installed. It's time to get a Beaked the Cultist custom run. This should be pretty... it's a sealed deck as well as the starter deck, but I have a feeling this is going to get out of control. Okay. Now, I recognize this card set a lot less than I recognize the card set of the previous character that I played, and as a result, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to kind of look at all of this and see what's going on. So we've got Huntress Essence. We've got, in fact, 2 Huntress Essences. If we have a single Insight, the Insight shuffles inspirations into our deck every single turn. When they're drawn, they will exhaust. When they exhaust, they upgrade the Huntress Essence to be heal 1 HP and draw 1 card. But when Huntress Essence is upgraded, it is 3 and draw 3 cards. It might be heal 3 and draw 3 cards, or heal 3 and draw 1 card for each card in your exhaust pile. Now, the problem with that is, like, it's fair for what it costs, but, like, it takes a lot of setup. So the first time you go through the deck, it's not good. The second time you go through the deck, maybe it's still not good. Third time, takes a lot. Struggle. Deal 4 damage for every other card in your turn and in your hand and your turn. Yeah, you know what? That's probably a good change to that card. That card had way too much text on it before. Foresight, Flinch, Redirect. There's a lot of nice value cards in there, but there's nothing that wins the game. Like, there's no engine to winning in this. You have no way to gain strength. Oh, no, we have Feel My Pain. Lose 50% of your current HP in order to gain 6 strength. I don't know about that one. Do we have, like, a peck or something here? No, we don't have a peck either. Ugh. You have very little way to deal damage. I'm actually kind of thinking of taking the Mimic Machine and Mimic Warrior because Defect and Ironclad each have quite expensive cards. So to get those expensive cards and play them for 0 is pretty good. I think I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to just lock both of those in right now. There's also Resilience, lose 3 strength in order to gain 2 artifact. The problem with that is the first time you play it, you're going to lose that 3 strength. So... can I afford to do that? In a deck that doesn't have the ceremony that is typically in the base deck for the Beaked? Probably not. Definitely take Roost. Kind of want to take Foresight as well as one of these flinches. 2 flinches that both wither is probably a bit much, especially considering how thin the deck is. Actually, you know what? Now that we have a Roost and a Foresight, maybe we're actually kind of covered for most of our defense. The problem is there's no offense here. There's like very little. Add a Regret to your hand. The problem with adding a Regret to our hand in this deck is like 22 damage is nice, but we have a deck of 10 cards, so the Regret is too much. Redirect, gain block equal to 5 times your strength, then lose all strength with a 1. So the then lose all strength, like lose all strength, then lose all strength. A lot of these cards have the mechanic of lose all strength in order to gain some benefit as a result. If I have no Ritual, I wonder if Ritual of Body even works. Lose 1 Ritual. Would it give me a -1 Ritual and then I lose strength every turn? It might. I don't know how that works. But yeah, all of the ones that have lose strength, you're supposed to negate the strength loss with artifacting from things like Resilience. I just don't know if there's enough support for that currently. Like, it feels like if you have all of that strength and Redirect is really, really powerful, or Sacrificial Attack is really, really powerful, or anything like that, then you should probably just kill the enemy. It just seems like maybe at that point. Gosh. I don't see how we win. I gotta be honest, I am not seeing it. I'm gonna put an insight. I'm gonna put a hunter's, 2 huntress essences, and 2 copies of struggle. The idea being that insight will give us a lot of things that exhaust. The huntress essences will exhaust and draw cards and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna have all of these struggles in hand, and hopefully a huntress essence, get a full hand, play a struggle. Next turn, huntress essence, play a full hand, get a struggle. I don't really know how that's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it out. Brace. End your turn is probably not a debuff, so I don't think resilience is going to save us there. Brace. Gain 0 block. Block increases by 1 for each card you play while this is in your hand. Exhaust. Retains. It's probably a good idea. So yeah, we have extremely unreliable offense in this deck. That could be a problem. Oh, nice. Uppercut. Oh, God. I thought that was neutralized. Literally, I just looked at it and was like, oh, that's neutralized. I'll play neutralize. No. Obviously not. I've exhausted exactly 1 card this combat, unfortunately. A May Cannon deals 7 damage to all enemies 4 times. Seems good. Probably should have played the Huntress Essence there first, but it's very low impact. Don't want to lose max HP as this character is extremely important you don't. Know Thy Foe. Add a random elite card to your hand. Exhaust upgrades to 2. Elite cards. Powerful 0-cost cards that reflect some of the Spire's strongest foes. That seems super interesting and way too much money for me to afford. Good Instincts, like a 0-cost, quite effective block, is probably not something that would go astray in this deck. But the thing is, we actually don't... I don't know. Maybe not. I think I might actually completely pass over this shot. Upgrade 2 random cards for 14 HP, sure. Foresight got a pretty good upgrade there. 8 block as well as 2 in the next turn. And Struggle is now 5 damage per. Yeah. Do I want to fight for the special relic? I mean, the first turn, we basically do just get to attack as much as possible. Sure. I'm going to try and do this. We'll see how it goes. So, Insight, Foresight. I've exhausted no cards. I'll play the Huntress Essence. Yeah, because I'm not going to exhaust that many cards over the course of this combat. Is that true? That's strictly true. Maybe. See me now? Mimic. Crystal Conduit. Channel 1 Crystal. That's useless for me. Lose 1 HP and draw 1 card. That's also... Oh, thank heck we drew Roost there. Yikes. There goes the inspiration. Oh, like, Struggle's already 30 damage. We're gonna have to Mimic Machine, Mimic Warrior. Limb from Limb. Okay, at least we finally have a card that's nice. Loop does nothing, but I want to play it to get it out of my deck effectively. Okay. Now we've got 6 cards exhausted. This is 6 HP and 6 draw. It's pretty big. Alright. Let's roll a... Ugh. I'm not actually super keen on that. Core Surge is very nice, though. Huntress Essence for getting both of the Mimic Machine and the Mimic Warrior back in hand. The idea was I was just going to cycle between the mimicking until we won. Damn, that sucked. Right, Limb from Limb. Take some damage this turn as well. Probably should have played the Whirlwind. As long as we have enough damage this turn. No, we do have enough damage. Cool. Cool search. Okay, how many cards can I play this turn? There we go. Just so I can heal as much as possible. We get Bandana Gain 2 thievery for the first 3 turns of combat. Gain 1 dex from the Oldie Smith Stone, as well as 7 max HP from Strawberry. Max HP from Strawberry is really good for us. Cursing Blood. No, not going to want that. Raven's Hex. Apply 4 Languid with the 1. That's from Replayed the Spire. That's super cool. Replayed the Spire has some cards for the Beaked now. Multi I would definitely take. Flinch I won't. Poke I won't. Sure. We're going to want the random cards that we generate to be upgraded, especially because they don't necessarily exhaust, so they're still going to be in the deck. Works out in the end. Feel No Pain's actually really good for this kind of deck, but it's not gonna be part of this deck for long. Elixir to burn all status and curse cards at some point. I kind of want to go for some elites, but I actually prefer to get more upgrades early if I can. I'll go for another elite. What? Why did that not kill? Did I miscount that somehow? I was certain I already had the kill. Struggle hits 5 times, deal 4 damage. So this should kill the backline louse. I think the multiple hits of Struggle, for some reason, is triggering Curl Up in between, which it shouldn't be doing. That's not how that's supposed to work. No, that enemy has 4 HP at the end. Okay, and then had their Curl Up on top. I don't know. I don't know what just happened there. Oh well. Yeah, I'm intentionally playing as many cards as I possibly can this turn. Having a Huntress Essence fill your hand and then using Struggle to deal damage from it. Yeah, okay. I can see that being a thing. Because 1 less for each card I've exhausted this combat. Well, currently that's going to be a swing and a miss on that one. Weird. So Defy Death costs 0, but as soon as I played a card, it reverted to its base cost of 5, then tried to lower its cost from that point. Because I just exhausted a card. Weird. I did not think that was going to be how that tried to work. Oh well. Doom and Gloom, sure. Times and end the turn. Alright. Should be basically fully healed by the end of this combat. Purge. Exhaust a card in hand and permanently remove it from your deck. Oh my god, if this works. Not in the deck at the moment. We'll see. We'll see if that worked. Oh. Gosh, it's super strong if it does. Go for the essence there. This is 8 by 5. 8 by 5 is not lethal. But I'll be damned if it doesn't get us close. Fine Death. Uppercut. Nice. What was I checking there? Yeah, no, it's gone. We beat the Ascender's Bane. Bloodthirst. Whenever you deal unblocked attack damage, heal for 1 HP. I mean, if that fits any character. Also, these Huntress Essences are going to be insane because of the amount of days that we're about to burn. Hyper Beam is really good. As soon as we can draw back to that, that's going to be so big. I'll Roost. Brace as well. So we've got 9 dazed in the deck. So half the deck is dazed. Ugh. We'll just win then, I guess. Pair for some max HP. 10, in fact. So as a skill potion that's more useful than an elixir. Remove card from a deck. I don't know if I want to remove a card from this deck. I'm kind of chill with it currently. Having that innate isn't that huge. Like, it's either in our opening hand or our second hand. So, yeah. All right. Nothing I want to buy here either. Hexing is super interesting. I think hexing is, like, really powerful, but I'm not certain. Start of your turn, apply 2 weak and 1 vulnerable to all enemies that don't intend to attack. The problem is, like, in the late game, they're doing nothing but attacking. Like, they don't take that many turns off. So I'm worried that this is really good in the early game and then really bad in the late game. 30 damage to all enemies at the end of 3 turns. Upgrades to 40 damage to all enemies at the end of 3 turns. I mean, this deck isn't defensive enough, I think, to last that long. Molting is a nice card. Probably just take it. And immediately get 103 gold for having taken it. Alright, Gremlin Knob. Ooh. I'm going to struggle for the straight up 20 damage there. It's possible that the best thing to do there was just exhaust a bunch of cards, just so that I don't draw back into them. But I think I'm going to have like a lot of difficulty in this combat regardless, so I think I kind of just have to go for it. I'm going to play Foresight and then struggle. Foresight's going to make the next turn so much more effective. Yep. Already has. We've got this. Finish it with struggle. Darkstone Periapt. Whenever you obtain a curse, raise your max HP by 6. That might be actually a reasonable thing for us to start considering, getting curses. Because max HP is really big. Brew gets us 2 random potions. Thinking about toking to remove the second struggle now. Don't think I need 2 in a deck this thin. They're just kind of stepping all over one another. I'm just playing that to get it out of the deck. Okay. Ooh, clothesline. Double energy. We don't have the ability to take advantage of that right now, so we should definitely just leave that in the deck. Definitely Mimic Warrior. Woo! Lifebind. 28 to me and 28 to you. I'm probably just not going to be taking any damage this turn. It's got to be Roost Brace. Damn. I really wanted to play the Hunter's Essence that turn. So we get to burn 3 of those slimes. We now have 7 slimes in the deck of 17. Problem. Alright. Well, Mimic Machine. Equilibrium's pretty good. Limit Break is currently entirely useless to us. I think for that reason, I need to burn it, like, immediately with the molting. That actually split the enemy. I was so certain it wasn't going to. Alright, I'm gonna double our energy and then attack potion. Alright, we got core. Cool. So what that's 40 AoE. We need it. Tell you what, life's getting real difficult right now. Oh, thank heck. So we'll do that, and then second wind. So we've got core in the next hand as well as 6 energy. We're also not weakened this turn. So 6 by 4 is 24. I mean, it's still a lot of damage. And now they're all weak and vulnerable. But yeah, I broke the enemy at the worst breakpoint literally every time. I am frankly astounded that we are alive. We definitely shouldn't be. I'll tell you that much. Definitely not. Alright. Should be able to find a kill pretty easily. Okay. Just money from that, and I mean, I'm probably going to hunt elites, so I'm thinking about that Black Star Relic immediately. Transforming all strike and defends does nothing for us. We have none. Potions always appear after combat rewards. I mean, we have 2 potion slots, so we're kind of limited already. Black Star for an additional relic every single time I defeat an elite, and then just hunting elites on this floor seems like a good idea. Yep, there's a 3 elite path that has like a lot of other really good locations. Okay. Pretty happy to use Immolate there. Sort. Shuffle all rare or non-status cards in your discard pile back into your draw pile. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Woo! Echo Form. Yes. That's exactly the kind of thing for which I was looking. Hell yeah. Oh my god, it got the same stuff again. Awesome. 12 block for free? Sure. Sword again. Give me the type. Is it doing it in order? Like, sword itself, then auto shields? Like, sword, then... hang on, Mimic Machine? No. Otherwise, Foresight would have been first. Okay. So, I was wondering whether it was doing it alphabetically in some way. Alphabetically! Definitely Mimic Machine. Twice. Ugh. So good. And now that we've got the Immolate back on top of the deck, we know we've got the lethal. Hells yeah. Lifeblood Potion for 12, temporary HP, as well as... Yep, Mimic, because why would it not be? I'm actually just gonna... Huntress Essence to get both of those out of hand. I think if I had, 2 fewer Huntress Essences in this deck, that we would probably be doing a lot better. Black Thunder, channel 3 lightning and 1 dark. Damn. I don't know why this channels the dark in the middle. Like, it seems like it should channel them in that order. For example, Rainbow says channel 1 lightning, channel 1 frost, channel 1 dark, and then it does them in that order. I don't know why it's not. Okay. Creative AI, yeah, alright. We're gonna... This... Oh gosh, crazy rituals. Yep, no, it just gets more messed up. What do we play? Magnetism! And we've got an awakened form in hand for some reason. Oh, right, of course. Ooh, creative AI. I was very much hoping to get Amplify so I could amplify the awakened form, but I guess this'll do. If we get a single awakened form in this deck, by the way, we just go off until we have one. Necronetigon? What? Necrogeddon. Oh, right. Deals 9 damage. Ignore the next 4 wither effects this combat. Isn't that a 3-cost card? Isn't that a 2-cost card? Actually, you know what? I don't know about Necronomicon, but I do know the other one is a 3-cost card. So I think Awakened Form is still double reducing things. Hand Mirror, whenever you gain Vulnerable or Weakened, it's also sent to the enemy that applied it, as well as Anchor, gain 10 block at the start of each combat. Enemies in Elite Rooms have 25% less HP from the Preserved Insect. It's really good, considering we have the Black Star, so we're hunting them. I kind of want to take either Baseball or Cigarette Pack. Cigarette Pack, lose 5 max HP, really bad for us. But all enemies start with -1 strength. It's really potent. Or I could take the Baseball. Upon pick up a random card, becomes free. When a card is free, you can kind of just draw back into it and play it a bunch of times, especially if it's the Mimic Machine or the Mimic Warrior. That's really good. I'm going to take it. Damn. That's actually probably one of the worst things that could have had its cost reduced. We're going to remove one of the Huntress Essences there as well. Huntress Essence just isn't a good way for us to heal at this point because it's not yet upgraded, but it's also never needed to be upgraded so far, so I don't know if it's necessary for this deck at all. Get Lightning Orbs. I don't want to use Roost yet. I'm going to need it later. Charge. Guess we're gonna Molt, remove a Dazed, and Brace. Ugh. That sucks. Yeah, that hands makes sense. Thank you for applying weakness to yourself, by the way. Super handy. Whirlwind's nice, but not useful. Next 3 status cards you draw are exhausted. That's actually really good for us. Hell yeah! System scan's worn off. System scan itself doesn't exhaust. That's cool. Super cool. All right. We'll charge, rip, tear, then whirlwind for the kill. Yep, as many elites as is humanly possible, thank you. Ooh, okay. This is going to depend on basically what we get from Mimic. Wow. I get to play it twice, but I don't actually kill. What I should have done is I should have not played the Warrior Spirit. It enabled me to... Wait, what? Okay, that didn't work. Warrior's Spirit. The next attack this turn is played twice, gains strength equal to its cost. I have no strength currently. It looks like it's trying to give me strength, but it has no strength. Okay. That's not great. Oh gosh, you were attacking this turn. I should have just played Roost. Alright. Warrior Spirit Ripter. And then just struggle for the kill. Yep, fight me. They're elites as well, so... More HP. This is actually a really good opening turn for us. Like, I'm actually a little taken aback. We generated attacks that we desperately want to have in our deck. We got both Mimic Warrior and the other Mimic in the opening hand as well. The Foresight struggle the front line. I think ultimately this is going to work out. Cool. Cold Snap, Pommel Strike, the front line's dead. Definitely Roost. Machine Learning means that the force field's now much cheaper. Sentinel burns... No, Molting should have burned Sentinel. Ugh, forgot about the ordering somehow. Alright. We are extremely close to fully protected. But God, we need to kill this turn now. Okay, so what's this? 7/6 is short on lethal, unfortunately. I mean, I can dual wield things, but that's not going to help us. I can dual wield the cold snaps. Seven by 7's 49. Still not going to be enough. Seven by 4 is 28. Got him. Ice Cream as well as Bottled Geyser. Upon pickup, choose a card. Every time you shuffle your deck, that card is placed on top. We'll do that with probably Mimic Machine. I always want to play that. Hello, Snecko Ghost. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna keep 2 cards at the end of this turn. I'm gonna Molting to remove that reprogram. Guess I'll play the Foresight, sure. I'll retain the struggle. Keep the struggle, keep it. 1 turn, whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. Oh, so it's a temporary confusion. Literally, it says exactly temporary confusion. I'm okay with taking a lot of damage early. We'll just heal it over the course of this combat. Nice. Good Reaper. You're about to confuse me again. Right, I'm going to Molting the Roost. I guess I'll hold on to the struggle as well. Actually don't know how I'm going to win this fight. Our deck is so thin that the days are actually really messing with us. Let's get that ready to action out of hand. Doesn't at all seem useful. And at least Struggle did some damage there. Thank you, Deists. Gosh. Oh, wow. Their costs remain scrambled. That's wild. I did not know that. That's cool as hell. Oh, gosh. Hey, there we go. That's exactly the kind of thing we were looking for. I'm actually going to Mimic the Warrior first, just in case. Reduces the first damage taken to 1 each turn. Cool. I don't think I actually could have done any other damage first, so I don't really know if I could have mitigated that one. Because if I play Struggle, obviously, Struggle ends my turn. I have a bunch of energy, I just don't have anything to do with it. Oh no. Don't let this be the fight that takes me out. Okay, well, mimic what? No. Mimic machine. No. I need another attack before I play the Meteor Strike. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I need more attacks in the deck, damn it. They'll be generated by these mimic machines and such, but... Well. Finally got some damage in. Guess I'll just play those two for no real reason. There's another confusion. Yeah, that works. Thank you for beam cell. Hell yeah. Whew. Lantern as well as ancient tea set. So at the start of each combat, gain additional energy, as well as the start of next combat after a rest sites, gain 2 additional energy. Hell of a lot of energy coming up for us. Let's upgrade that Hunter's Essence. It's actually effective. Phantom Shield. Gain 14 block, exhausted 3. I'm gonna burn out that Roost. I need the deck to be a little thinner right now because it's come to my attention. We don't have damage. And not having damage is an excellent way to suddenly die. Well, got one of them. Oh, God. We're webbed. All right, give me AoE. Yeah. As soon as I went for effectively what is, you know, RNG the deck, I kind of had to know that we were possibly going to run into this situation. I was just taking the risk because it's cool. Got a bunch of block. Can't really do anything else, though. I feel like I need to control these louses because they are going to grow. They're gaining strength over time. I'm gonna second win that entire hand away. My deck is now just 8 cards. So I'm trying to get back to the Mimic Machine and such commonly. I have no strength, so I want to burn Heavy Blade here, I guess. Right. Oh no, I can't burn it. Of course. Oops. So now it's just Mimic Warrior and Mimic Machine. Gain all powers an enemy has. Has no powers. Has no powers. This has gain 4 strength. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. Give him that 4 strength. The right draw, we could actually win here. That'll do it. Tag bag. Shops have all 3 kinds of sale tags. Sale tags can appear on colors cards, and on-sale cards are cheaper, as well as the Smiling Mask. The merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. I think this deck actually needs to just be the cards that I've been talking about. That is to say, Mimic Ironclad and Mimic Defect. Just keep doing it. Okay. Let's Compile Driver, Strike from Hell, Foresight. Obviously, if I was ever going to play Melter, I should have played Melter first. Struggle removes the final plated armor from this enemy, at least. This episode is going to take a lot longer than I really intended. Yeah, 40 minutes and we're not even close to done. See, that's another thing that actually kind of annoys me about inspiration. I had 2 inspirations in this hand. Because of the way that exhausting a card and then having it draw works, it must have counted as in my hand when it triggered the draw effect, because then it exhausted and emptied my hand. Otherwise, I should have a full hand when I have a couple inspirations and they overdraw me. A little bit frustrating. Ooh, hit where it hurts. All right. It's Foresight, Tweet, Race, and then it's probably just every attack. Struggle at the end. Oops, forgot that they had thorns already. Singing Bowl! When adding cards to your deck, you may gain 2 max HP instead, or, well, actually as well as Vajra, gain 1 strength. Way too late for me to be loud, unfortunately. Eclipse. Exhaust your hand and replace it with random cards that cost 1 less than normal. Refund 1. Alright. So that did slightly upgrade your damage. I didn't know how that was going to go. I didn't really want to figure it out either. Actually, you know what? I should have known how that was going to go, right? Vulnerability is 50% extra, whereas weakness is just 25% less, so... Okay. I should have known how that was going to go. Hey! 6-Mac has art. Alright. Six by 9 is 54. 8 by 9 is 72. Dex potion, as well as... No. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that event. I'm actually going to use a skill potion here to put another card in my hand. 8 shielding and 6 plated armor. That's actually really powerful. I was intending on now using struggle, but that's really good. I'll get back to it and play it later. It's fine. Pre-fetch. Make a card innate next combat. Sure, we do that to Mimic Warrior. Let's burn that roost. Mm-hmm. See, the problem here is Wings of Steel is really good, but... Wild Strike. At the very least, I'll have things to burn with Molting, because I have the skills to burn. The wounds. Okay, I'm trying to set this up so that... I actually probably should play the Foresight there as well. It's not necessary. We have so much extra energy that it's not going to make a difference at any point, but still. Okay, and then I'll burst Brace and Huntress Essence for the full draw. Overclock just to redraw into the 2 cards. Hell yeah. Do well. This turn, your next card is repeated at +1 energy until you run out of energy. I mean, so 0, 6, so 7 casts of Wild Strike. Is that lethal? What about 9 casts of Wild Strike? 9 Castle Wild Strike is. Cool. So the fun thing about math is if you don't have the right numbers at the start, you're going to end up with the wrong numbers at the end. Funny that. Amazed that we're still alive. Okay. Duhwal. Almost strike. There we go. That's how it was supposed to go. I thought for some reason that Wild Strike was already cost 0, but it wasn't. Right. Blue Candle, unplayable curse cards can now be played whenever you play a curse, exhaust it, as well as if you draw a card in the opening turn, upgrade it. Iron Hammer from Replayed Spire. All I gotta do is draw into them. Has no powers, but prevent all HP and damage loss. Shared library is interesting. It's gonna be almost impossible to tell what it's gonna work on ahead of time. That's the problem. Especially with modded content, because there's so many different things for it to account for. I can't play Corruption, unfortunately. It's a great way to lose, so I'll just molting it. Echo Form. Huge. Gosh. This deck is going to be so much better. So much better. We just have some damage. It's extremely fitting that struggle is what we have. Mimic Warrior, why did that? I just entered this room and it immediately removed Mimic Warrior from my deck. I think it considered that I had somehow tried to remove it. Yeah, no, it clearly thought I tried to remove Mimic Warrior. Yeah, no, I'm not going to remove the only reason we literally have any chance of winning. Doesn't seem like a good idea. Your next skill this turn is played twice. Gain dex equal to its cost or twice its cost. That's a way for me to try and play Mimic Machine and Mimic Warrior constantly. Or whatever they give me. So it's a bit of flexibility. I'll take it. As well as for every act you climb, gain 1 strength at the start of combat. That just seems too useful to really pass up. Sure. Just need another upgrade. Right. Ooh, white noise. Great pickup. Uh-oh. The crazy rituals have begun. The best defense, convert all block into strength, then lose that strength at the end of the turn. Great. I'm gonna double up on... definitely the card I intended to double up on, so that's good. Good thing I didn't mess that up. That would have been terrifying. Alright. 100 Spirit. I'm probably going to want warrior cards more than anything else here. I'm going to molting the struggle out of the deck. Definitely going to want to run quite thin here. Shadow Fade. Gain 1 intangible for each copy. Gain 1 intangible for each 10 strength you have. Lose all strength. Upgrades to 7. But unfortunately for me, that just lost all of my strength. So yay. That's kind of severely lame. With the Entrench in this deck at this point, we are very powerful. Ooh, Duqual. That's already been cast now, so... I guess I want a bunch of warrior cards? Well, charge is nice. Charge is going to give us a hell of a lot over the course of this. If we could get a single body slam, we could double up on the entrench and then just body slam easily. Huge, easy win. Survey options, draws, ridiculous amount of cards. Nice. Huntress, entrench rather, sorry. Okay. God, this is so slow. This is just so slow. Because every single fight, I need to go through redetermining what my win condition is and generating a new win condition all of the time. Perfected Strike's really bad. So is multicast, actually. We can't heal for 3 turns? Huh. Okay, apparently we played the sack, whatever. That could be a problem. No, I really do want to keep charge in the deck. It's some scaling damage for a deck that doesn't yet have any. Okay. Huntress Spirit the... Alright. Molting Perfected Strike out of the deck because that just has to happen. We'll get the Mimic Warrior back on top of the deck. Multicast is eventually going to be excellent. I could have defended that turn, actually. For some reason, didn't really think about it. Double tap the charge. All right, cool. As soon as we get to well, never mind. Multicast is immediately going to go off, and as a result, is not going to leave me with an orb to do the things with. That's okay, though. Should eventually have enough damage. Double tap the Streamline. Double tap a Headbutt, the Streamline, and the double tap back on top of the deck. Streamline is actually 0 cost now, so... yeah. I can Force Draw. Goodbye, Collector. God, I hope this Final 4 goes faster. I should be asleep. I have a flight in 6 hours. Yin Yang, every 2 turns gain 2 energy. Seems way more useful for me. Actually, you know what? Golem's Mask gives us 10% extra damage per turn. But turn 10 is really far away. We also don't do that much damage. I actually don't think we take Golem's Mask. No, but we do end up stalling out for a very long period of time. Alright. If I get the ability to teleport to Donu and Decker, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to do it. Double up on the Mimic Machine, see what we can get. As it turns out, you can get a lot of things. Unfortunately, not all of them damage. I didn't think about the fact that the Defect has a lot of cards in their card set that only really work when in tandem with the class in question. Zoom something? Another Mimic Machine, and hell yes, finally enough lethal. Speed Potion's probably better than the Dex Potion for us. Take the 333 max gold. Not gonna fight this for a rare relic. It's not gonna be worth it for us, frankly. Lose Struggle? Probably time up on that struggle. I have to know what this is going to do. Ah, it has do-while affect the next 2 cards that we play. Okay, that makes sense. Next 2 cards this turn as well. Oh, gosh, this is actually going to be really annoying. The Exploder is definitely going to hit us. I don't know how I even consider it possible. You know what? I'm going to Roost, Mimic Machine, Fusion. Then I'm going to do-while this Mimic Warrior. I'm just looking for as many Warrior cards as I can get. Okay. Well, it could have given me, you know, any of the Warrior attacks. You know, the exact thing I was looking for. But yeah, it's fine. Apparently it doesn't have to. Last Cognition when I have no orbs out yet. Doesn't really do anything and it gets worse over time. I'm gonna do all the same thing again. Molting on Strike from Hell returns the Strike from Hell to hand, but it increases the cost of the Strike from Hell. For some reason, I knew it was gonna do that, but I was like, it wouldn't do that to me, and then it did. Okay. Strike from Hell will sort with type. And we'll sort one more time. Oh, keeps giving a Strike from Hell. And sort always seems to give sort back. Interestingly. Let's play Brutality. Let's play Burning Pact. I'm just trying to get these cards out of my hand right now. Make space. Yeah, I'm gonna Foresight, do while, Strike from Hell. Just want to get the fight over. Oh god, Nemesis. Stunning Strike, stun the enemy for a turn. Hell yeah. That is huge. Thank you. Big Machine gives us Chaos to have energy out in the field. Alright, we'll attack potion here for no damage. Really hoping we would have got more out of that. Huntress Spirit on the Mimic Warrior. Okay. At least we've got a fairly chunky brace to deal with the possible next turn. Rain. Channel 1 water. It draws card. That's really good. Draw an extra card every single turn, and if we evoke it, we draw 2. Card draw is exactly what we need right now, so pretty happy about it. Yeah, we'll definitely Huntress Spirit the Molten, and then also Molt. Pretty wildly. This is what I'm worried about. We don't have that many turns we can perfectly defend. Oh gosh, that really worked out. I cannot believe that we fully defended there. From that opening hand in particular. Wow. Okay, and I think pretty much lethal time at this point. Got him. Nemesis down. We'll gain a bag of marbles. 1 vulnerability on all enemies at the start of each combat, as well as at the end of each turn. Retain a random card that costs 1 less next turn, as well as if you don't lay any attacks during your turn. Heal 5 HP at the start of your next turn. We actually don't lay attacks often. Or oftentimes we choose not to play attacks. There we go. Hunter Spirit on the... I mean, that's a great body slam there, but... I mean, we can get better body slams over the time. Yeah, sure, okay, never mind. This should be okay. Go. Good, good, good. So we'll... Hyper Beam, then Havoc that for a bunch of extra damage. We'll Huntress Spirit the Roost. That's the card to target with Molting, and... Yep. Yeah, we'll go for the Huntress Spirit upgrade. I like the decks. It's nice. Ornamental Fan, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain the energy. Not the energy, sorry, 4 block. You can see my brain is not meant to last more than an hour at a time. I've got more of a sprint brain than a marathon brain, if you know what I'm talking about. I run out of brain very quickly. Exhaust. At the end of your turn, take 6 damage. Exhaust. That's really interesting. Because if you can't play it, does it still exhaust at the end of your turn? I'm assuming it does, but why is it not ethereal if that's the case? It must be because ethereal is a trigger at the end of a turn. So is at the end of your turn take 6 damage. So I don't know if it would be capable of giving you 6 damage at the end of your turn and then getting affected by ethereal. It might do it in the other order, or it might not necessarily prioritize. Okay. Regardless, I'm just gonna burn it, so. Focus increases the damage of that card. That's super interesting. I'm gonna Hunter Spirit the Molting to burn out both backfires, or rather backfire and the burn there. Cool. Then we'll make sure to get our draw on, and then remove all of burns. Probably should have played the Foresight there. I'm very over-reliant at the moment on this Omega Cannon. Thankfully, we do keep burning all of these backfires. I'm actually not going to burn that backfire. I want to see what it does. So it did exhaust. Okay. So I guess it played itself? Thank you. Rain for card draw so that I can Huntress Molting. Backfire, backfire. Well, backfire and burn, obviously. One more turn I need to be safe for. That'll get it done. Well, I mean, you know, enough. Skill potion, probably better than a poison potion for us. Oh god, it's me. Oh, you're gonna ruin my entire deck, you son of a... You, me. It's the worst thing you can be. We'll retain the malting here. That's a lot of cards that I didn't want in my deck now. Some of them are really good, though. This enemy occasionally decides not to attack, so I can probably rock it like this. Alright, hexing effects this turn. Good. I chose not to play Liftoff because I don't remember if this enemy has the ability to attack 3 times in a single turn, but if they do, it's very important I not play Liftoff. Warrior's Spirit Stunning Strike. Hell yes. Oh, get that stun. Alright, I'm gonna play all of those out now. Nice. We did retain Core there, which is the card that I wanted to retain. Didn't retain it that turn. For some reason, I was certain I was going to retain it that turn. Wow. Never mind. I got it back. Cool. Surprisingly less damage than I thought it was going to be. I would have had lethal, literally, if I'd just known. Oh, well. It's okay. We'll kill next turn. Goodbye, me. Charlotte, you gain 3 dex and 3 metallicize at the start of each combat. You lose 1 from each over the next 3 turns, as well as the mummified hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. We kind of generate powers in our deck, I guess. So we have some skin in that game. Ow. We pretty much blocked that entire opener, so I'm pretty happy with that. Last cannon. Well, it also gives us 3 oh, wow. Sword Burial. Add 3 attacks in your hand. They cost 0 and they exhaust. That's annoying. Unfortunately, because they're both X cost, they take all of my energy anyway if I want to play them. I should have considered that I possibly have enough energy for that. Wow, Foam Finger, which is draw 1 extra card at the start of each turn. Fly Swatter, at future card reward screens, you will no longer be offered cards that you have previously skipped. That is super cool. I cannot wait to get a run that gets that super early on. Nice, we kept Duqual. That's exactly what I was trying to shift that towards. Yep, Duqual the Glass Hammer. Seems like it'll get it done. Smith one final time. Shouldn't make a difference ultimately. We've got 2 bosses here. Got to remind ourselves of that, so we don't want to necessarily use everything against Dono and Decker. Add a random common card to your hand every single turn. Random common cards from this class are not that great, so I'm probably not going to do that. Definitely Hunter Spirit on the Warrior. Nice cards as a result. Oh, nice. Huge Meteor Strike right there, thank you. I'll guarantee that we keep the Huntress Essence this turn. Because we have a lot of cards that are exhausting at this point, so we can refill on HP at the very end of the combat. That's the plan, at least. 16 by 16, so 16 squared. God, I'm not good at that. It's like, so it's 160 plus 80. It's 240. It's just above 240. What, 256, I guess? Yeah, I'm just gonna roost and do it. A lot of damage. It's exactly the card I would have wanted as well. I ended my turn. Cool, never mind. It's just took a bit to get on the same path there. I actually didn't want to kill that turn. I thought that was going to do just short of killing. Oh, well. Okay. Here's our final combat, the actual one. Oh, gosh. Yep, this did not go in the direction we wanted it to go. Just gonna burn the Huntress Essence out of this deck. I want the second wind out of the deck as well, actually. Finally found a way to full defend myself, as well as remove the cards from the deck that I wanted to remove from the deck. Hell yeah! I'm gonna need a good Mimic Warrior or a Mimic Machine soon. Whenever you exhaust a card, draw a card. I mean, that's good for us, but it'll power up the Awakened one. I'm worried about that. Evo Q, really? Well, second win, burn both of those. Still fully protected, and now we've actually got an orb out there, so we actually have an orb. Hell yes. Okay, it's getting a little more comfy over time. So we have to take our first damage, though. So is this a Rampage deck now? Is that what I'm doing? Because it feels like that's probably what the game is effectively telling me I have to do. Burn those two and then take Foresight. Extra energy is really, really, real powerful. You know what? It's just Rampage from now on. Yep, I'm molting both of the other cards out of the deck. We're now just going to that. This is an incredibly thin Rampage deck. So we get to Huntress, Spirit, Foresight, then Upcut Rampage, basically every turn. Then molting at the end if I want to. Because we haven't given a lot of strength to the enemy, I think this is actually going to be enough. Yep, just Rampage next turn. Hell yeah. Oh, we found it. We found the seam and exploited it hell. If only I had some sort of an X-Cost card at this point. Oh, well. We'll deal with what we've got. I mean, I could have killed that turn, but it definitely seems like I should probably leave it to the Rampage. Rampage seems like it's getting a lot higher than... Oh, of course, Golem's Might. I forgot about that. So we were dealing double damage. All right. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been this episode took way too long. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves regardless, and hopefully we'll see you next time.